aren't they? So I'm just going to put a sticky note. Let's see. I'm going to put a sticky note on, because we said that some pages are going to have more than one. And I agree with you that these are all pretty important. So on one page, we didn't put any sticky notes. But on this page, we're putting more than one. We're putting 4 sticky notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because they're all important. So, what? Yes, I know we skipped around a little bit in this book because we have read it before in science, but I liked this one because it's something that we've been talking about in class. So the biggest thing is now that you've read it, you think, oh, I just read a book about weather and seasons. Now you may be reading a book about something else, but this is what we just read. So the topic is weather and seasons. We talked about the wind and the weather and the seasons. So the topic would be weather and seasons. Then we read through it and we put in sticky notes where we found important things. For example, we put a sticky note, let's see, right here. We said, oh yes, wind can be strong or weak. So one thing I learned about weather and seasons is that wind can be strong or weak. That's one thing I can retell about this story. I'm having trouble remembering what else I learned. Good thing I used sticky notes because now I can go back where it says each season brings different weather. I learned about weather and seasons that each season brings different weather. Do you see how the sticky note shows me exactly what I learned? Yes. What else did I learn? Oh, I can't remember. But I put sticky notes in. So then I can go back here. What season comes next? Oh, I learned that spring comes after winter. I learned that winter comes after fall. I learned that summer comes after spring, and that fall comes after summer. So those are all some things that I learned. And that sticky notes help you remember, because now I am going to fill out a piece of paper. And this piece of paper will help me in the future when I maybe want to write a story about weather or want to tell about what I know. This is going to help me. So for example, it says topic. What is the topic of this story? Yes, we just said it's weather and seasons. Oh, I love how so many of you are paying so close attention and helping Miss Schultz out. Okay, now, so that's what our topic is. And then we have 4 sticky notes to tell us where we can write some important notes. So we talked, and this is where we're going to write what we sticky noted about. So one thing we sticky noted about was that wind can be strong or weak. That's where I put a sticky note. So I can write in here, wind can be, say it together, strong or weak. Very good. Okay, what else did we learn? So I go to try to find my next sticky note. Hope I don't see any sticky notes on these pages. I see another sticky note. What does this say, Bob? Yes, weather can change from day to day. So I would write that right here. Weather can change from day to day. Very good. And what can I write next, Tina? Yes, I go to my next sticky note. Spring comes after winter. Spring comes after winter. What else did I learn? winter comes after fall. Winter comes after fall. So those are what I would write on here. Now, do I still have a few more facts? Yes. So if you have more facts, then I could go on the back and I could write summer comes after spring and fall comes after summer. But I only need to do 4 to fill my sticky notes. Okay? And that's all we are going to do for this part of our lesson. Because we can read informational text, which we just did, and retell key details about it. I can tell you my topic was, and tell you the different sticky notes. Right? Very cool. Now, you get to do this. You and your Read to Someone partner that we just made in the same partner that you had this morning during Daily 5. And you're going to sit eek. What does eek mean? Could someone please remind me? Yes. Elbow, elbow to knee. Keon and Dylan, can you show everyone please what eek looks like? Yes, just like that. They're sitting Indian style. They're sitting cross-legged, like a pretzel. They're sitting like a pretzel. And they are sitting knee to knee. The knees are touching. Elbow to elbow. The elbows are touching, okay? Now, they open their book in front of them. They share their book. One's going to read this side. The other's going to read the other side. Just like you do during Daily 5. And I've seen how great you do with that. They whisper read. They follow along. Snakes don't have legs or ears. The person next to them, when they get to a word they don't know, they just quick yell it out. No, give them a second. See if they would like help. And then be a coach. Be a teacher. Remember how we can be a teacher and help chunk the word out if you don't know it? So like fork, I could say fork. Yeah, fork. And help them. Okay? Now you're going to read it together. And you're going to be doing some sticky notes. Now, do we put sticky notes on every page? Could someone please remind me what we put sticky notes on? Tom? Yes, we put sticky notes on the most important things, the key details about the story. Some pages might have 0. Some pages might have 1. Some pages might have 3. But we need to really use our brains and get to thinking, is this something that I really need to remember? Something that I don't know already? Something that is something new that I want to remember? That's when you put a sticky note on. So, first step, you're going to sit eek with your book, with your partner. You're going to read through, decide where you're going to put your sticky notes. When you're done reading the story, you are going to come up to the table, and on the table is going to be one of these. You're each going to grab one. You have one per group, or you each grab one? You each grab one. You're going to put your name on the top. And then if you were reading about snakes, you would write snakes. And then you're going to go through the book together and write down at least 4 details or 4 things you sticky noted. If you have more, what can you do? You may put them on the back. Okay? So that is what we are going to do. We're going to be careful readers because we're reading to learn. We're reading to help us know about different things. So, I have a pile of books up here. You're going to be reading with the person that you were reading with this morning. So I will call you. When I call your group, come up, you pick a book out together, and you go find a quiet spot, sitting eek, with your sticky notes. If you understand the directions, put your hand on your head. And it is going to be yellow light in our room right now, which means just whisper talking. We don't need to be shouting when we're sitting right next to our partner. We can use our 6-inch voices because we're going to be sitting right next to them. Okay? Perfect. I'm excited to learn because I am going to learn from you when you're telling me the key details. So, come up and grab one of our nonfiction informational texts, and you may get to work. Bob and Joanna, let me come grab a book. Taylor and Linda, Dion and Tequila,